Hello ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons here with braised lamb shanks. You know, it's the autumn, let's get braising. So, like the total numpty that I am, I completely forgot, not for the first time, to film the introduction of me talking about braising lamb shanks. So, here's the lamb shanks. They look very nice when they're raw, and we're going to braise them. And they're going to be delicious. So, to start, I've heated my nice skillet over a medium heat, and those shanks are going to go in a couple at a time, and they're going to get nice and brown. We're going to take our time, we're going to move them around. We want to get like a nice, deep, golden brown, which is we're achieving that thing called the Maillard reaction, which is what creates that big like hit of umami, that savouriness that we're all going so crazy for. So there you go, Maillard reaction. Sounds really posh, doesn't it? Basically, we're searing them, and that is a big part of what braising is. Braising is searing over high heat and then cooking slowly with liquid. Basically, that's the general description of braising. It's French, it goes back to the 19th century. It was very popular in the 19th century, and yeah, it's really nice. Stay. I just want that one to stay where it is. It's really annoying. They've got a slightly inconvenient shape, which is very naughty of the lambs, I suppose. Anyway, so once you've got them nice and seared, they look lovely, don't they? I'm going to sear some more behind me, and there's me while that's happening, very busy boy, peeling the spuds for the mashed potatoes, and I'm wearing a pinny. You hardly ever see me wearing an apron, but they were spitting quite a lot. And there I am, just tending to them. Don't forget about them, because they're burning. You're gonna, they're not cheap, these lamb shanks. And once you have seared them all, we're going to just help deglaze the pan with the mirepoix vegetables: carrot, onion, celery, and leek. And you can see, get it all nice and caramelised there. It's taking off the fond which is gathered, which is sort of stuck to the pan at the bottom. Looking really good. Possibly I turned it up a bit high. You can see how violently this liquid reacts. I'm using one whole bottle of white wine. You can use red wine, of course. Any other liquid that you like. Tomatoes. Some people use, a bit of vinegar and water, whatever. Just, you need some liquid. That's braising. So the pan has been cleaned into the tray. I decided to change the tray that I was using originally because that other one was a bit big. A few peppercorns in there, some tomatoes, some hardy herbs. I've got rosemary, bay, thyme. Beautiful. Just break down those tomatoes a bit. Don't worry about it too much. It's got hours of slow cooking. I've got my oven on. Arrange those shanks in there very nicely like that. So that's the half of another bottle of wine. Went in there. That's the homemade chicken stock. I'll share a link to that recipe, and I'm covering it. So you're braising. It then must be slowly cooked in a pot with a lid. Now I don't have a pot big enough, so I'm using that tray, and that tin foil is the lid. And there you go. That's the a good temperature to do the oven. There it goes into the oven. Try not to notice how dirty it is. I need to clean that. And then that's it, you can forget about that, and you've got time to worry about other things. So I just thought I'd show you this rather nice mash. And I'm stealing this idea from a new YouTube friend of mine who beat me about doing a braised lamb shank video. I think it's a very popular, The Other Side of the Stove. If I'm feeling really nice, I might share a link to his video and you can watch it. And he did something similar with his mashed potatoes. And I thought that's a nice idea. So there I'm chopping some parsley. Those whole cloves of garlic have had to slow cook it, almost like a confit in the oil. They're soft now. They've lost a lot of that sort of raw, pungent flavour. They're mellow, and it's a really nice flavour. I think you'll like it. That's the parsley stalks, and that's going in the oil. So obviously that's going to go in the mash earlier, and then we're going to finish the mash with the fresh parsley. So 2.5 hours. They're going to take as long as they take. Those are edible. They're soft, but they're not quite there. They need a little bit longer. I want them to be really almost falling off the bone, but obviously don't cook them until they fall off the bone, because that's the whole point of serving in the shank, isn't it? And now I'm uncovering them for the last half an hour because I wanted to get a bit nicer colour on them, and I think you'll agree I have achieved a beautiful colour. They look fantastic. From the Butcher's Block in Portishead. That's in town where I live, so if you live anywhere near there, check out the Butcher's Block. Very nice butcher. They wear all sort of fancy soft grey caps. They look really cool. So I'm resting my lamb at the side now. Just keep it warm. If you've got your oven on a nice low temperature, if you've got a double oven, what have you, and it's spare, just put it on a low, just keep them warm. But you know, the cooking is over. So passing off the vegetables, that's the juice. And I thought, well, what we're going to do is we're going to use some of the vegetables back in there, obviously not peppercorns and the herbs and things, to help give this gravy a little bit of body, so I haven't got to use any starch. Nice technique. I saw that on another video, and I can't remember which one. I thought that's quite a cool idea, I like it. And obviously add a little bit of flavour to it. Here's a bit more flavour, that's Bovril. I love that stuff. Beautiful. Gravy browning is good, anything like that. Give that a little blitz up. You can taste the seasoning, and when you're happy, you're happy. If it's a bit thin for you, you can add a bit more of the vegetables in there. Or you could put a bit of corn flour in. Up to you. So I didn't show you me boiling the potatoes, but they've been boiled, they're ready. I just let them sort of sit in the colander for a couple of minutes to steam a little while, get rid of some of the moisture. Let's finish this mash. So in goes all that beautiful olive oil and garlic and a bit of parsley, but this is Uncle Matt's cookery lesson, so I'm going to put a little bit of butter. That is evil mash. I mean, that is really naughty. But when my lady or my mum or dad see that, they're going to go, oh my God, how much butter did you give us? I wonder why they were so nice, those potatoes. And the fresh parsley goes in. Are we finished yet? No, we're not finished. What else can we put in there? A bit of Dijon. Beautiful. A little bit of warmth from the mustard. That's really nice. We like that. White pepper. I was trained to use white pepper. Ooh, easy. It was good. And some salt. Taste it. Are you happy? You can keep that covered. And this is a useful trick. If you put some cling film on a nice big spoon, you can get one of them fancy quenelle shapes that all the really trendy chefs use. Little kitchen hack for you. Rest your lamb shank next to it, and those are beautiful roasted root vegetables and onions. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour over some of that gorgeous gravy over it. Oh, and my mouth's gone. I'm salivating again watching this, and I remember how nice it tasted. Oh. Anyway, back over to me for the tasting. You're going to have to excuse the mess behind me. Very much last minute here, but let's... Oh, haven't had lamb shank for ages. Let's see how tender it is. Beautiful. And in that sauce. Oh, it's melting in the mouth. I love those cuts of meat that just want to be cooked slow. It's so easy. I recommend it to people that are not sure about, roasting a joint. Do something like this because it's just so easy to do. You just need time. With the parsley and garlic mash. Yum. So cheers everybody. 'Tis the season for this sort of food. Let's get some nice stodgy heavy food that sticks to your ribs and makes you feel all lovely, and you can I suppose have a nice walk in the cold or just sit on the sofa. But anyway, thank you very much for watching Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. If you're new and you're around or you've seen a couple of my videos before, if you do like and share and subscribe and make comments and stuff, it genuinely really does help the channel. So if you do those sort of things, I sincerely appreciate it. It's very nice. Anyway, see you again soon. Bye.